Hey everybody, this is Geneva of... Y'all know you hear that music in the background. Geneva's Closet. Please make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to Geneva's Closet if you haven't already done so right here on YouTube. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at what? At Geneva's Closet, and you can email me at genevascloset22@gmail.com. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Happy evening, morning, whatever time, because I see some of y'all on here talking about Geneva. It's a little late, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stay woke, so let me say hi to some of y'all, because I don't know how long you're gonna be here. Hey, how you doing, Miami? Grace, Canel 09, if I'm saying that correctly, Laura Sawyer, Sunflower Power, Linda Dorsey, Jessica, Love Holiday, Keisha, Sonia, did I say that already? Mila, Mila. Now, Mila said, hey, Geneva and everyone, sending love from Amsterdam, the Netherlands. What? She said, it's late here. Hope I can stay awake for the live. Miss you, Geneva. You should do the readings for a job. You are so good at it. Thank you, girl. I really appreciate that, Mama. Thank you. And hey to everybody else, T4888. And I seen someone else, Love Holiday. Hey, Geneva from Atlanta. Hey, oh, Canal says she is in Paris. Y'all better check on over here to the United States of America for this live right quick. Well, let me bring, and then I want to say Happy Mother's Day, ladies. I know it's early, but Happy Mother's Day. Oh, I hope you have a fabulous, wonderful Mother's Day. Your kids do something good for you, grandkids, whoever. You do something fabulous for yourself. But Happy Mother's Day. And to the fellas, hey, fellas, how you doing? You know, how's that life going over there? And then I need to say that if you would like to advertise your business in Geneva's Closet, let me do it like this. If you would like to advertise your business in Geneva's Closet, you can email me. People, email me at genevascloset22@gmail.com. We're going to be talking about today. Men will lie when the truth will do. The king, his queen, and his other woman. Why? Because we didn't even do the book reading. We didn't even do the book discussion. We didn't even have a chance. Because before I did the fourth book reading, Mary Harvey popped up just out of nowhere. I don't even know where she came from. She came from somewhere. And next thing we knew, we were interviewing her and getting some tea and some information from Mary. But before I keep on and, continue on with that, I got to bring in the lovely, I don't even know what to say about this lady. We go far back, 4 years back. Now they say, let me say this correct. They said you can't make friends on social media. That's what they had said. They said you can't make friends on YouTube. That's what some people had said. But I don't know how come me and this lady been maintaining a friendship for 4 years, people. 4 years. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about civil rights activists. I'm talking about the widow of the actor. You know what I'm talking about from that 70s sitcom that we used to watch, and he was pop-locking it and all of that stuff. Prairie Run Berry. I'm talking about Miss Essie Berry. Hey, Miss Berry, how you doing tonight? Wait a minute, let me unmute her. Go, girl.
Every time I hear you introduce, I'm like, who the hell is she talking about? I be in the background with you. Is some music back there? Because I be so trying to hear that. Like, yeah, where the music at? Hello, everybody. Thank you guys for joining us today. When Geneva's talking, I'm going to be researching some of the questions, and she'll be throwing them up there so you guys can ask questions as well, because I know a lot has been going on and so much to tell. We ain't sure we're going to have enough time tonight, but we did give y'all our faces because that's what you said you wanted, okay? So here we are. And happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers in the world, that you got children. God bless you guys, and I hope you see many, many more. And I really thank y'all for joining us and following us and supporting us on YouTube. And another thing, Geneva just pointed out, people may think or feel what they may say or however they may feel. There is real friendship on YouTube. I ain't no YouTube chick. I'm just up here, and I was out here to tell my story, not being a blogger or anything. But out of this whole thing that I went through with Steve, Mary, and all that, sometimes you think it's like a dark cloud, you guys. It was a silver lining, and it was Geneva. And I'm so grateful for her to be in my circle. We got a lot of things going on behind closed doors. We're going to share that with you guys. But we really want to try to get into the book and discuss some things that people had questions. So I just want to tell everybody, I thank you guys again. I read all your emails. I try to read your comments. I try to respond. And I'm so humbly grateful that you guys are supporting us and joining us. So let's get it popping, sister.
Okay, let's get it on and popping. Let's get it on and popping. Let me answer this question. When is Mary finishing her story? When is Mary? Inquiring minds want to know that. And the answer to that is, and this is just keeping it real to be Black Native, whenever she get ready to. It's her story. It took a lot out of her to come on here and say the things that she had said. And then we have to remember, it took her 4 years to come out of hiding for her to come out, come on here and say the things that she needed to say. So, look, the fact that the lady came on here and said what she did say for that 2 hours we was on here, hey, I'm surprised by that. She came out of nowhere. So that was a lot of information. So whenever Mary Harvey gets ready to come back on here and speak her truth, she is more than welcome. We love you, Mary girl. Mwah. We know you're watching. Love you, Mary girl. So just wanted to answer that for you. Esther, you have anything you want to say? Go ahead.
When they said that, y'all got to realize on that last interview y'all saw, and Mary just popped up like that. That shit was hard. It was very hard for her because we talked about her child, and it was hard for me. And y'all, it's a lot of stuff that Mary had to deal with over the years. And like she said, she told me that's her truth to tell. But if anybody comes surfacing up for her, you come at her, you breathe on her the wrong way. All the secrets that you thought that you was blackmailing this woman for, trying to gag her. I ain't Mary. I ain't got no loyalty to you. I'll put your shit out there on the internet. So I suggest everybody sit back, enjoy the show, make as many videos as you want, but don't come for me no more. Because when you come for me or you come for her, I understand why you was trying to gag somebody now. I'm going to leave that right there. You ain't going to gag me. You can't gag her no more. But if you come for me or you come for her, all your little secrets and shit, that's on you. Because really, I don't like keeping nobody lie. But Mary said that's her truth to tell. So me and Geneva's going to respect the fact, no matter what we got on tape, no matter what we done interviewed, no matter what we done heard, we're going to keep it amongst ourselves unless somebody tries something with Mary or Mary want to tell the truth herself. Hopefully she will come back on. If she does, that'd be good. But you guys got to realize it took 4 years, but she's been blackmailed for almost 15, 10 or whatever. So just to get some of her voice out there, it was so humbly grateful that she was and able to allow people to know what she really went to and what happened as far as them violating her. So next question. Good. You always believe Mary. Keep on believing her. More power to her. Go, Geneva.
Absolutely, Mundo Lindo, true. Thank you, Tammy girl. Tammy said, good evening, all. Just popping in really quickly to say hello and to plug Geneva's marketing services. She helped me promote a salary negotiations workshop last Saturday. Thank you again. And I'll be doing some more work for her on the 16th. She has another event coming up on the 16th. Matter of fact, while I'm on here, let me throw that out there right quick. Now, let me pull up this email. Let me pull up the email. Let me put it up, pull it. Let me find it. Geneva, can you find it in time? So you don't got these people just sitting here waiting. Can you find it? Did you get it? Is that it? Is this it that you're looking at it right now? I think it could be. Let me see. Or I'm going to have to find it when Essie talking and then let the people know about it. What is she doing? This is an event that's going on the 16th. The 16th, wait a minute. Let me try to see. This is, okay, no, it's May 19th through the 22nd. It is a business summit. Make profits great again. This is an event associated with the Real Estate Entrepreneurship Committee, okay? So, and this is a business summit. Look, people, if you are into business and you want to know about how to get funding for business or different things about businesses, I will be posting this information. This is a business summit. This is a Black entrepreneur Tammy Thorpe from Capital Resource Solutions. So this is all about entrepreneurship. So this may not be for everybody. This ain't cosmetics. This ain't hair and shoes. This is not that. This is investing in your business, investing in yourself to get your business together for your purpose on what you want to do, people. You better go ahead and talk to Tammy Thorpe right quick. I'm just going to throw that out there. And then I want to say, give a shout out to Ty. She is the owner of Gift Girl Tees. Now, I really do like her t-shirts. I was hoping that her shirts was here in time for me to do this live because I was totally gonna wear it. But that's all right, though. That's quite all right because I will be wearing Gift Girl t-shirts when I come online, and I will be promoting her. Thank you, Ty, for using my services for advertising your business in Geneva's Closet. Wait till you see these shirts. She do shirts for all different occasions. If you having a baby, you got something to whatever. Some with your family, some with a team. She can make it for you, people. So Gift Girl Tees, that's Ty. You can find her on Facebook too, but I'll be promoting her soon. But anyway, so let me ask y'all this. Did y'all think that there were a whole lot of similarities in this book, Men Will Lie When the Truth Will Do, between Mary and Terry? My opinion on that is it was a lot of similarities. Now, Mary did not really like being called. Now, whether I had this conversation with her or Essie had this conversation with her, it did come up where it was asked to Mary, did she feel like she was a side chick? Now, that came up because, in my opinion, based on all the research I have done about this whole Steve Harvey and his wife thing and the book, the only person to me that did not seem like was a side chick was Marsha, the first wife, the one he had the 3 kids by, the twin daughters and his oldest son, Broderick Jr. Now, Marsha, even though I was calling her Marcia, because her name is spelled Marcia, so I assumed it was Marcia, but then speaking to Mary, Mary said, no, it's Marsha. Her name is Marsha. So Marsha, she didn't seem like the side chick, because she was the very first one, but then when Mary came along, Mary says she didn't know that Steve was married until the mother told her. And after the mother told her, she still stayed with Steve. And then we already know about the whole incident with Terry, that Terry was the side chick because Steve was married to Mary. So what did y'all think about that? Did y'all think that Mary was the side chick? No disrespect, Mary, just keeping it real. This is what people want to know. Essie, what you got to say about it?
You asked me, not just joking. One, like, if you're looking at it from all reality and we want to keep shit 101 real, Marsha was the first wife, then Mary. But between Mary and Marsha, he was still sleeping with Terry, and he was sleeping with Margie as well. That told it in the book. The only thing is when Steve's mom called and told Mary, yeah, dude, he's married already. And Mary's like, you got something you want to tell me? And he told her, and he started crying. Whatever the life he lived, he was a good enough liar to persuade these women. What I can say is, well, we might know that she may have been the side chick or she was in love with him, and she found out she was married. But just like Terry, she didn't want to leave the man either. What I can say as a woman, you can't help who you love and who you want to deal with in a relationship. Now, I ain't going to try to be a sweet one because I ain't going to lie. I done dealt with a married man, okay? But the nigga was a liar. And when I found out that the wife I was out the picture. I didn't stay. I couldn't stay. So every woman is different. I don't know what Steve and her relationship was. Whatever Steve and her relationship was, that might have made that difference. But if you looking at like on the outside looking in and your mom called and said, yo, he already married and you're sitting there, it would look like you're another outside chick. But then in the circle where how he did it, out of all the women that he dogged and stuff, in my mind, it couldn't resonate to me. This chick gave you a baby. She helped you some part of your career, almost 16 years. And the only thing you found loyal was her to cheat on her, to lie to her, to disrespect her, throw her in jail. Like, what man would do that? I just find that it's like so like bad in my system to know like you got this caliber of man supposed to write movies and books about women and telling all these different, like different synopsises. But you really a liar in true life and all the way around. But I can't say that Mary should have left him, because when you love someone, how do you leave them? I just chose not to deal with no married man because the simple fact, nigga, if you do her, you'll do me. So if you do her, you'll do me. I don't need to stay with you. So if we don't outside looking in, we would have said that besides Marsha, everybody else came after Marsha, and he was still married each time. And if people don't know, Marsha did not legally get totally divorced from Steve till 2013 when I met Mary. So all that time he was still with Mary, he was still dealing with his first wife and his first divorce. Then you dealing with the second wife and the second divorce. Then you dealing with the third wife and your third divorce and your third marriage. It was just too much lying. And that girl, everything in that book, she said it too perfectly. I believed her, and Mary co-signed it.
And then you know what else I noticed from talking to Mary? I noticed from talking to Mary that him and his women, that Steve Harvey had a different relationship with all his women. I feel like I'm having deja vu, like I done said this before. Maybe because I done talked to other people about this. Because when talking to Mary, some things she said put me in the mind of, I think it's the movie Why Do Fools Fall in Love? Don't you remember with the Frankie Lyman guy that Vivica Fox played in and Holly Berry? And don't you remember that each woman was something different to old boy who played Frankie Lyman? And that's what I kind of got from talking to Mary. Because remember in the book that Terry was the one that seemed like she did everything for Steve. She made sure his clothes was together. She made sure his stuff was packed. She couldn't wait until he got back in town because she going up in there making sure the house smelled good with the candles and all of that. And she's cooking for him. So I'm on the phone talking to Mary. And Mary sits up here and tells me about a story. Let me put the camera on me and Essie. Let me go back and forth. So Mary sits up here and tells me about a story where she said that she liked some type of lemon pie, some lemon meringue or some type of pie. She said that when she would get off of work, this is when she was still working before Steve made it really big. She said Steve would be like, "Did you eat anything?" And she was like, "No, I haven't eaten anything yet." He was like, "Well, make sure that you don't cook anything because when you get home, I'ma cook for you." And she said that when she got home, he done made her a whole feast of food, done made her favorite cake, made her favorite pie and stuff. And I'm like, for real? That's not what I got from listening to the book with Terry. Did I say Tracy or did I say Terry? With Terry, because it seemed like Terry did everything for Steve, but when it came to Mary, it seemed like Steve was doing a lot of things for Mary. But then again, Mary said that Steve kind of looked at her as like a mother figure, you know, because she said that Steve cried. And I said, what? I said, because in the book, I remember Terry saying, don't you remember, I think it was book reading 1. Terry had said that she seen Steve was getting glossy eyed. So then she was like, you know, there's only 2 things that can cause this man to get glossy eyed, and that's his family and his kids. But then Mary said that she would just be getting on him about something that he did that she didn't like, that he shouldn't have did, and she would get on him about it, and he would start crying. I said, for real? So, yeah, well, maybe he did look at you like a mother figure. And I think Mary said because of the lack of relationship that she really had with her dad or something like that, she kind of looked at him as a father figure. So I think that they kind of needed each other at that time, Mary and Steve, you know, because they both had certain issues going on where they felt like they could help each other. Or y'all know what I'm talking about. But as far as Terry, yeah, I feel like that Terry really did care about him, and I feel like that she didn't know about Steve until after the fact. And when she found out about Steve, just like Mary, just like Mary, because I think that some of y'all are saying that Mary didn't know about Steve at the beginning. So, you know, by that time she was already in a relationship with him, and I'm pretty sure that Steve was telling Mary, just like he told Terry, that I'm about to get a divorce, I'm about to leave her. But my thing is, when Steve got with Mary, was Marsha pregnant already, or was he still having sex with Marsha? Because that was my thing. When I was talking to Essie, I was like, Essie, girl, you know about baby mama, daddy, that whole relationship. You know, like, even when you break up, like, she got 2 kids with him, she pregnant, in the process of being pregnant, yeah, they probably still having sex. You know what I mean? Like the relationship is not totally over just because y'all not together anymore. Things still happen where he comes over, y'all arguing on the phone, he come over, y'all arguing, and then the next thing you know, you having sex. So I wonder, was he still having sex with Marsha when he first met Mary and he first started having sex, started being with Mary? Essie, what do you think about that?
I remember talking to Mary, and from what I understand, she didn't find out to his about his son till like 3 years later. So somewhere along the line or something like that, that she found out because Marsha had called and tried to talk to Mary to tell about what had transpired. I don't know if that went on with the mama thing or how that happened. I do know, like, regardless whether she was pregnant or not, you still left with two kids and you was a bold-faced liar when you went to this woman and you should have just left her alone. Mary told me, like, if the dude don't know it, I guess he finna know it now. Like I said, I'm gonna guard some things that Mary told me because it's her truth to tell. But Mary said she had never loved a man like she loved Steve. That was the first time in her life that she totally trusted someone. And I can respect that and understand that. Why? Because we always want women, and y'all know it too, we always want that one Prince Charming. He had so much charm that he finessed her. He would do things that the average man wouldn't do, which that's a turn on to the average women. And if that's something she didn't have, she didn't want to leave it either. Just like Terry didn't want to leave it. So I can't like say like, even if they were side chicks, we say they side chicks, but they were women that were in love with this man. There was a wife that was in love with this man. There was a mistress that was in love with this man. There was an ex that was in love with this man. And at the same time, he played four women and he was able to juggle all the women at one time. Was it right? No, it wasn't right. Do I fault Mary? No, I fought the liar, the person who put all this in place. That girl had enough time to write a book about her feelings and her emotions. So even with Marsha being pregnant, somewhere along the line, I remember Mary. I would have to go back through the videos and listen. But I remember Mary telling me that she got a phone call from Marsha asking who she was to Steve. And she said she was pregnant. And that was a big slap in Mary's face. So Mary didn't like go in like finna try to destroy somebody's family. The dude won her heart. He started catering to her. And we all know if you got somebody that you catering to and they done gave you something that you've never felt, seen, or even had before, you're gonna want it. But the only bad part about it, a lot of his shit came from materialistic stuff. He had to buy his way into these women. You couldn't just be yourself and do it. They wouldn't have wanted you. It wasn't that. I think Mary really wanted him at that time from the heart. I think that he went after her, but to go after her and at the end of the journey to dog her and put in a mental war and lock her up and not let her see her child this whole time. What was the purpose in that? Because I don't think he's a bad guy, but I don't think he's a great guy either because he'll lie. He will lie to cover the truth. And that was a true book that she wrote. Men will lie when the truth will do. She should have said Stefan, aka Steve, will lie when the truth will do. So at that time, I think Mary was finding out about things. But as somebody said on there, she was already invested. And if you really look at it, they could, if somebody really wanted to go back, they could get dude for being a bigamist for sure, because he had a real wife that was pregnant at home. He turned around and had a common law wife that was claiming she was a Harvey. Then you were still married to this woman, going with Mary, and then married Mary, but you were still dealing with stuff in your divorce. And I don't know if Mary knew that till 2013. So you was always keeping these women at bay for what you wanted instead of doing the right thing by all these women that help one way or another, help you jumpstart your career. You don't help somebody jumpstart you, homie or not, girlfriend or not, and you just piss on them, throw them away like they dirty trash. But you came up, but it wasn't right for your women to come up. That's what I didn't like.
Y'all see this comment by Big Rush? You know, because we getting a difference of opinion in the chat. Big Rush said, Terry can't be heartbroken. She knew Steve was married. Mary, on the other hand, didn't find out about Marsha until she was living with Steve. Sad women can't be mad about how the situation ends. That's what someone says. That's what Big Rush says. Big Rush, thank you for your comments. You know. But, and, you know Terry really did care for Steve, too. Now, this is how I know that Terry really cared for Steve, because if y'all listen to, okay, now let me say this before I finish saying that. I did not write this book Because even after 4 book readings and damn near a whole series, it's practically a series, people, that I done did on this man. I even put a this on in the book reading, and people still thought this was my book. They still wanted to say, "Who book is this? This is the book. Men will lie when the truth will do." This is not my book. This book is written by this lady right here, Miss Terry Smith. Terry Smith. Terry Smith. Miss Terry Smith wrote the book. Terry Smith wrote this book about her 9-year, Terry Smith, 9-year relationship with Steve Harvey. She wrote this book. She wrote the book in 2000. It came out in 2004. And then if y'all read the 4th book reading on this book, y'all seen how horribly he treated her. I mean, because my opinion, he could have look, man. See, now, this is why I said that. Do you think that Mary and Terry got some similarities? Because he played both of them. He played both of them when it came to snatching everything from them. Side chick or no side chick, you slept with this woman for 9 years. Had her thinking that she was your one and only. Had her thinking that. She was thinking. And then you kept lying to her, telling her that I'm going to leave my wife and I'm going to leave. Now, was she stupid enough to believe it after so many years, girl? You see this man, he done still getting married. He's still married to her, okay? He's wearing a ring on stage. You see him wearing a ring. Other people know about the wife, okay? The wife done got pregnant. She done had a baby. You done found out about all of that. And you still stand because he said that I'm going to fix it and I'm going to leave her. Now, that's just dumb as hell. That's just dumb. But besides the fact, love is in that. And you know that when you love somebody, you don't think with this. You think with this. You start making decisions that you would have never made in the past. That other people do. You sitting up there questioning, like, what is wrong with you? Why would you even do something like that? But when the heart is involved, you do stupid things. Now, my opinion is this is how I know that this girl must have been in love with this man. Because after all of that stuff that he done did to you, he snatched everything from you. Because Steve really could have still gave her some money. He could have gave her something on the side and said, look, I don't want to be done. It's over. Look. Gave us a good 9-year run. I know you said you were pregnant and all. It was good. The fellatio was wonderful. Loved it all. The dances, all of that, girl. You was working it. I loved it. But it's coming to an end. Here go a little money. Go find you a place. You better do right with this because you're cut off. I'm finna change our phone numbers. I'm done. That's what he really could have did. But to leave her ass out, that's what I'm saying with Mary. Mary was your whole wife. You had a whole son with this woman. And then at the end of the day, to treat her like that just because you done moved on with Marjorie, you just don't treat people that way. That's all I'm saying. Side chick or no side chick. It was 9 years of a side chick. 9 years of him feeling the need to lie to the side chick. So if she was just the side chick, then he could have been honest and said, look, side chick, look, side chick, look, I got a wife side chick, okay? So I just want you to know that at the end of the day, you will forever be a side chick because I got a whole wife that I love and I'm going to be with. So are you okay with being a side chick? But he lied to his side chick for 9 years. Now, you just don't treat people that way. But this is how I know this woman must have loved him. Because after he treated you like that, left you assed out, and your whole purpose of writing this book and putting Stefan Harvell, because you wanted people to know who he was and what the situation was really about, when he contacts you, when you know that your book is about to really start doing this thug dizzle, and he have his people contact her in 2004, why she go? Can somebody explain to me why she go? That's why she got manipulated. As soon as Steve seen she showed up, that nigga said, I got her right where I want her. Her heart is still there. And what's the first thing that Steve said in them court documents? Remember in the court documents when I read to y'all the court documents, and this is in the video, Steve Harvey, wife and side chicks. This is when we get into the court documents that kind of stop this book from really coming out to, and doing the thing it was supposed to be doing. Remember in the court documents, Terry said the first thing Steve said to her when she arrived at his hotel room in Atlanta after having seen him for 4 years, after he totally dismissed her and left her assed out damn near homeless in LA, was, yeah, baby, I'm sorry, And then from there, he wanted to talk about the book. And then next thing you know, she getting $120,000, signing some stuff. Obviously feeling like she got manipulated in the process, because then for 3 years later you trying to take him to court because you talking about that he had you sign your rights away and all of this other stuff. Look, you know, to me, yeah, you just don't treat people that way. But she, girl, why you even go? Girl, you know, why you even go? You know this man didn't have your best interests at heart. You know he did not. Anyway, Essie, what's your opinion, girl?
One, I saw what Big Rush just put another comment up there that he said he don't feel good. And I love having men opinions because we don't want to sound like we opinionated and we're not listening to the men. But if you really look at it, Mary never knew that she was a side chick. Neither did Terry. Because if you remember when Geneva was reading the book, she was talking to the book, but she was saying how Steve said that his wife was giving him a hard time. He was trying to divorce her. She was coming after him. So he continued to lie to her about Marsha somewhere in that. Because you remember, he talked about the first wife. Then he came back and talked about, she came and talked about the second person. My thing is, why lie? You know, because somebody said in the comments also that it seemed like he owed Marsha and Mary an apology. You damn sure do. You owe Marsha an apology because you had two twins by her. She gave you your first two daughters and your son. And then you let her drag her all the way to 2013, knowing you had started dealing with Mary and you had a mistress. The court papers say from his first wife that continued to 2013. Was that in 2013 when I caused that ruckus and I saw all that collusion and conspiracy in Mary's divorce case? Was that where it came from? So you had to shut that shit on down and settle that. Then we widened on further to Mary. Mary was just like, she didn't want to give dude a chance, but she felt sorry because that's what Libras do. We are compassionate people. But in the mix of that, he played these women coming off of his fame and fortune. Let me make myself clear. Several people ask me, do I hate this man? No, I don't hate him because he ain't never even met me. He's just a bold-faced liar. To say that I was a co-conspirator and extortionist and you didn't know me, what did you think was going to happen? So if you will lie on someone that you don't know, I'm quite sure you will lie on a person that you do know. What confuses me as the man that he procrastinated himself to be on Family Feud and all these other things that he did have, you were living a lie, but you weren't the man that you were supposed to be. You sat up here, you backstabbed women, you played women, you lied to women. That girl aborted her baby. Nigga, you should have had at least loyalty because she was still carrying your baby and believing your lies, and you had nothing for it. You couldn't feel no compassion. I know he was mad because the girl sent Mary a letter, and I know Mary was upset because that's her husband doing that. But somewhere along the line, when do Steve Harvey take accountability for violating women of color? When do he take accountability? And while we talking, it's kind of off the subject, but it is because we talk about women he's violated. There's a transgender woman that he had violated, and he got the courts to do stuff and put her in jail. Transgender. See, what's up with the transgender? Do that. That's another part of women that you don't like because you really violate that women, like you violated Marsha, like you violated Mary, like you violated this woman, Corlanda Harris, like you violated me. When is he taking accountability? But these were women that he loved, that he said he was in love with, or did he say he loved them? I ain't never heard him say he was in love with nobody. And if you in love with somebody, there's a difference between loving and being in love. And I have to question everything about what he has done to Mary to even say whether he loved Mary or was he in love with Mary, because he couldn't have took her baby from her and never let her see him. Margie is a half-assed woman for sitting up there letting Winton be raised by her and her not letting somebody see their child. Margie was straight wrong for that. She allowed that. Steve allowed that. The world allowed that. And I want to say something. People out here in the industry, YouTubers, believe half of what you hear and none of what you see unless it's coming out that person's mouth for itself. Because until I took by storm in 2017 and exposed Steve Harvey for the liar he was and the disrespectful man that he had became, y'all all believed him. He was like a god to you. It was okay for him to piss on women. It was okay for him to make Mary look like she was crazy. It was okay for him to take her baby and beat her baby. That shit was emotional when I saw it. I couldn't even believe that a court would allow these kind of things to go on. But when you have power and you have money, he pissed on his first wife. He pissed on his second wife. He pissed on Terry. He done pissed on Margie. Margie, if you don't know, dude cheated on you in 2015. Videos and pictures was in his phone. Start checking dude's phone. Oops, did I say that? I'm just saying.
Oops. Oops. Did she say that? Oops. Wait, what'd she say? What you say, girl?
If she wants to know, I can put that out there too, because your son saw it. Let's just go and put it out there. Let's get juicy. Your son Winton in 2015 had your phone, using your phone. He saw a white woman in your phone that you were having sex with, Steve. Margie, did you know it? I mean, I ain't loyal to nobody. So Winton called Mary and say, Mom, do you think that Steve, my dad, will cheat on Margie? Mary said, well, yes, Winton. He cheated on me. He's a habitual sexual cheater. He's a sexual predator. Yes, he'll do that. He said, dang, Mom, really? He showed Mary the videos and the pictures. So now what, Steve? You know what I'm saying? I mean, and to me, no disrespect, Winton looked like he's scared. Winton looked like somebody has violated him. Winton looked like he got to stay with Steve because you done forced him to stay with you to keep some of your secrets, huh, Steve? How many more do you think I know about? Is that why you're trying to gag black women? Because you don't want people to know about your secrets? And wherever the white girl is, sister, I done set you free now. I don't know if he's still dealing with you, but I done told it for you. So you come on out and tell it too, how he done violated you. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah. I forgot what I was going to say after she told that little bit of TT. Some of that TT. Right, I do remember Mary saying that. I really forgot what I was going to say after you said that. I was going to say something. I forgot what I was going to say.
You got to be careful when you deal with women and you have things on our mind. Because, like, you can't keep violating women and cheating on women and then think nobody ain't going to say nothing, especially when you just sat there and broke a woman like you broke Mary, taking her child, violate women, letting your kids see that you're a liar, whore, and a cheater. And no disrespect to nobody. I just got tired of being blackmailed by dude because he know he done violated so many people. You want me to tell you another one? Keep going. On you, Geneva.
Right. I knew what I was going to say. It's because somebody had said something about Marjorie. I think it was Angela. Margie said that, Angela said that Marjorie knew better or something like that. And when she said that, the first thing I thought was, let me drop a little tea for y'all just in case you didn't know right quick. Do you know that Margie family, you know her family, owns damn near their whole block in Memphis, Tennessee? Do you know they damn near own the whole block in Memphis, Tennessee because of that business that was started when? In 1995? Now, I pull this out because don't you remember in this book, Men Will Lie When the Truth Will Do, the king. Look at my baby. I spent a lot of money on this baby. It was the last baby in there. Don't you remember in this book that Terry said that Steve gave her some money to start her business? And remember, this was around 95, 96 time. So then I had did a little research and seen that Marjorie family started their, where's my paper at? My paper somewhere. But it is a medical transportation company where they pick up elderly people and drop them off at the hospital, the medical, blah, 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 blah. Okay? First of all, they own a fleet of trucks. So let me just say that. First of all, they own a fleet of trucks. Second of all, you got horrible reviews on the Better Business Bureau. Not only from years ago when I first seen it, but as of just recently, as of March of 2021, people complaining, talking about the business needs to be shut down. You handled their elderly family wrong. They own a fleet of trucks So don't you know there's a picture with Marjorie? If you go on her Instagram page and you go back a little bit, but before the coronavirus, there's a picture of her sitting on her family stoop in Memphis, Tennessee, her parents' porch, right? So I'm sitting up there doing my research because y'all know that I'm nosy, So I do the research and I go look at the house, right? So I go Google, damn near Google Earth. You know when you can look at the whole block and stuff? So I look at the house and I'm like, yep, this is the house that Margie was sitting on. So I take the camera, start moving the arrow. I said, oh, what the hell? They got a fleet of trucks across the street. Then you done, so that's a lot. No. They own the house across the street. Then they own the other lot that a fleet of trucks sit on. And then that other house, I'm still trying to figure out about the other house because there's a possibility that they probably own that. And then next to the house that Marjorie was sitting on, her mama house, next to that is a vacant lot that they done built up and they got more medical transportation trucks. Now, mind you, this is the business from 1995. I said, I wonder if Steve gave her this money to start this business and she making good and darn well sure that if anything was to ever pop off with her like it did with Marsha and Mary and now we see Terry, that she is well established. And I'm pretty sure that that's not it. We know that this woman probably done already made a bank account a while ago. She just started taking money, planting it overseas somewhere. She got an overseas bank account, especially for her. But just in case Steve want to try, just in case he want to try. Look, did you know? Well, you gonna learn today and wait until I do this research and make this Margie video that I really said that I didn't even know if I felt like making. But this is gonna be part of it in there. We're gonna find out about this fleet and what do they own the whole damn block? Because at this point, I think they own 4 lots, maybe 5 or 6. I'm still trying to count it. we gonna find out. But yeah, it's crazy. Mary, Esther, you got anything you want to say?
Yeah. One, I saw that comment that the gentleman, what's his name, he put up. I saw that. So y'all pay attention to the men comments. Big Rush, because Big Rush saying something right there. Big Rush putting it in there like that. Thank you, Big Rush. I really take accountability for more men because I want to hear what it says. So y'all hear what he said. In 6 months, you'll know. A lot of women probably know in 6 months, but our heart, Big Rush, is already invested. We love what we love. We feel what we feel. So once a woman's heart's invested, we don't know how to walk away. I can clearly say that I feel like, and I'm not sure, but I feel like women love deeper than men, because look how these women kept holding on to this man, but he was able to just dust them off like they was dirty trash. That's what I don't like. Why you dusting brothers off like they dirty trash, or dusting women off like they dirty trash, and you done had a relationship with them. You done had a bond with them. You could have been friends with all these women. You could have marketed your ex-wives, but that's too much like right, because you're a black man and you prominent, so you can't let the black sisters rise with you. And that's what really upset me about him. It seemed like he wanted to keep Mary shut up, gagged, stocked, and blocked so he can do his dirt and nobody would tell it. Well, guess what? I'm not married. If you mess with me, I will tell it. Don't be trying to blackmail me no more, because I know all y'all are dirty secrets. I promised Mary that I wouldn't open my mouth. But if you come for me, I don't give about anything you talking about, because you done violated too many people, and too many people done hear Steve Harvey's secrets. And that's what's really bad about that. I'm just saying, Marge, you got a whole fleet of trucks over there. Is that dope money? And by the way, if you didn't know, I saw somebody say something about a dope dealer that got pardoned. Please don't address him as a dope dealer anymore. His name is Mr. Jimmy Townsend. I've talked to Jimmy a couple times, and right now I just want to read y'all this message. Y'all say prayers for Mr. Jimmy Townsend. He said, good morning, Essie. Unfortunately, at the particular time, I'm not well. A couple of days ago, I tested for the corona. So I'm now living a 14-day quarantine life. The good thing is I'm feeling good and feeling pretty good. And oh, by the way, do you know a reputable? I'm not going to let you know what he asked me. Do I know a reputable whatever? But he asked me. And if there's any way that I can help Mr. Jimmy, I sure will, because I like him. I think he's a nice guy. Just saying.
Absolutely. we totally like Jimmy. Jimmy Townsend. And yes, he was. Sorry, people. Sorry. And yes, he was pardoned. You know what? First of all, let me say this before I finish. I'm so sorry about these volume issues. What has happened is that ever since I got this Mac computer, and I done had this computer for a while now, I still have not got the volume together. And, and it's irritating me a little bit. It's a little frustrating because as soon as I pop off, when I'm done, I never really come back to play around with the volume until I get ready to come on again. Then I realize, damn, Geneva, the volume is a problem. So excuse me for that. I got to keep trying to remember to mute it. I'm trying not to be too loud. I might damn near whisper so the stuff isn't cracking. So thank you for the person that told me that the volume was off. Girl, I know. I'm doing a horrible job over here at working at that. That's why I need to pay somebody to delegate some things because Geneva's tired of trying to figure out how to do all this extra stuff that I don't know how to do. I don't give a damn about no volume thing. I wish somebody just come over here and fix this for me. But anyway, yes, Marjorie baby daddy, the drug king, was pardoned by Obama. Yep, he sure was pardoned. And he said that his oldest daughter, well, what is his oldest, Morgan, his oldest daughter, Morgan, knew a high profile attorney or something, and she helped him get out of jail. But I had talked to Jimmy too. Now let me tell you what Jimmy said. Now, when I found out now let's talk about Jim Towns. Because I have been seeing, because y'all know that I'm horrible at reading comments, and looking at the comments and stuff. But I did see some of the comments and people was like, when is Jimmy Townsend coming out with this tell-all book? Talking about Marjorie. We want to know what happened with Marjorie. When is he coming out with this tell-all book? So when I contacted him right after the interview with Mary, to be exact. Let me go to my messages. I contacted him on Facebook Messenger, and this is what he said, which actually made me feel a certain type of way that he got to be going through these things. Now, let me see if I can find it. Was it Facebook Messenger? Wait a minute. Let me look him up. How come? Okay, here we go. I said, hey, Jimmy, and this was April 23rd. I said, hey, Jimmy, how are you? I hope great. I've done a series of videos on Steve, and I noticed people asking about you and your book. What's going on with your book? The people want to hear from you, Jimmy. And this was his response the same day. The next day, he responded back and said, hi, Geneva. I know people are frustrated as hell with me about all the hype I built up about my book and never delivered. I met so much opposition from my kids by Marjorie against me writing the book. It sent me into a whirlwind of depression and uncertainty. Remember, I was also going through a transition back into society after being incarcerated for 26 years. I just recently made up my mind to edit the old and add all the new unbelievable post-prison events that happened to me. After having said all that, I just recently tested positive for COVID, and so I'm still in quarantine, but can't concentrate on nothing but recovery. And he said that he was looking for a reputable something, he said too, just like Essie said. But when I read that, I said, are you kidding me? So they once again came out and used the children to stop him from writing his book, just like they did Terry. So yeah, so if you want to know why you ain't heard nothing about the book, then that's why you haven't heard anything about the book. Oh, if the static is gone, that's because I changed my volume thing. So I hope that really did help, because I totally just went in there while Essie was talking and changed my microphones. But yeah, that's why he ain't came out with his book, because he met so much opposition from his kids by Marjorie against him writing the book that has sent him into a whirlwind of depression and uncertainty. So I think that that's sad, because I think that he should be able, I think anybody should be able to tell their story. Like, if you got a story to tell, then just tell it. And Margie, why don't you go and tell your own story? See, that's the problem. Sometimes people need to be like Eminem, that last round. Don't you remember in 8 Mile, Eminem last round? You just, boom, come out and tell all your stuff. So then at the end of the day, can't nobody come out and say anything about you, because you done already said it. What they can do is probably try to add to it a little bit and try to give it little details that you probably ain't already told, but telling my story. You can't tell my story. Like I said before, if Margie would stop trying to, if she would just have stopped trying to act like that she was from Italy, France, and she was just all this couture girl stuff, and let people know that you was from Memphis, and you like drug dealers. You expected men to have a certain something. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it was. She expected her men to have a certain something. So after she was done with, so after Jimmy Townsend went to jail, and I do think that she cared for Jimmy Townsend. What made me think that she cared? Because when the police had came, when the feds or the whatever was in the house, and they had asked, they told Jimmy Townsend that you better tell what you know, because they came to his house. This is the conversation that they had with him in the house. They said, if you don't come with all the information that you know about your drugs and everything else, we are going to take your wife and throw her in jail. They were talking about Marjorie because they said they had enough evidence on her to prove that she was dibbling and dabbling with the drug selling and stuff too. And they said that the daughter would go in foster care. They said the daughter. Matter of fact, they didn't even mention nothing about they said that the daughter would go in foster care. So he went and he had a conversation with Marjorie and told Marjorie what their conversation was about, what they told him, what they tried to offer him, and that they told him that if he gave up the information, Marjorie would not go to jail, the child would not go to DCFS custody, and he would not be arrested on that day. So he went and he had a conversation with Marjorie. Marjorie said, absolutely not. I don't believe them. Don't tell them anything because they ain't going to do it at the blase woo. And he, he more concerned about his family. So, of course, he went and he told everything that he was supposed to tell. So, when he went to jail, that could have been devastating for her. But what did she do after that? In the book, we know that she was already still talking to Steve. But what did she do? She went and she married another drug dealer. And this drug dealer was on and popping with the drugs. He was popping with the drugs, okay? And I think that when she realized that he was about to go down, because he hadn't went to jail yet, but when she realized that he was about to get popped off, she said, oh, hell no. Oh, no. Not again. Not again. And then I heard she was even talking to this basketball player named Ty Day. And that he's the one to something help her get the club back or to something with that happened with Jimmy, but never. We'll talk about that later. And and then after that, what did she do? She went for a Steve. But that makes sense that she went for a Steve. I mean, ain't nobody got time to keep dealing with men and they're gonna go to jail for selling the drugs. Why I gotta do that? I want a better life. I want a better life for me. So I'm just going to go with Steve because we all heard that she said that she really didn't care for Steve at first because she didn't like his lips or somebody's lips. And I think that Jimmy Townsend is a nice looking man. Jimmy Townsend is 70-some years old, if I'm not mistaken, 70-some, and still works out. If you go and look at him on his Instagram page, if I'm not mistaken, his Instagram, this man is over there doing sit-ups and push-ups and everything else at 70-some years old. Chest still got some pecs on it. And Lori Daddy do not look bad looking, okay? And then when you get to Steve, he's a different certain look, okay? Not saying that Steve is ugly, to each his own, but what I'm saying is that he's a different look from her children's fathers. That's all I'm trying to say. And then, so, at least she ain't got to worry about Steve going to jail. So that's why I think that she tried to teach her daughter, because you don't want your kids to make the same mistakes you made. So she want her daughter to find a good man, but just not a drug dealing man. But since Marjorie didn't have a lot of help picking and choosing men, of course she can't direct her daughter too good. So the best she can do is say, don't date a drug dealer. But you got your daughter dating all the rappers. Okay. And now she's with B. Jordan. We'll see how long that lasts. Whatever. And if you're going to date a lot of people, that's fine. But why we got to know about it? Your stuff can be just a little bit more discreet so it don't look like you just sleeping with all the all the rappers. Just a lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Do we got to know about each and every person that you're dating? Girl, stop posting the stuff on Snapchat and Instagram. We don't need to see Future done got you roses and stuff, girl. We don't need to know until you know that this is the relationship that you want to be in. But anyway, that's my opinion. So I was having a conversation right quick with Essie about this the other day when we were talking about this whole thing with Marjorie. And I was like, so I wonder where she got this from, where she's not really working. Because let's just take it back right quick. When we seen Marjorie first come out with Steve, what did we see her doing? She was modeling her clothes. We seen she was in Paris and Italy. She even had that fashion line or some couture or something. Did y'all see them purses on that site? Those were some ugly purses. It was, I don't know, they were crocodile, leopard skin. I don't know. It looked like something that my grandmother or great grandmother would have wanted to buy. But so she had her own little fashion thing. She was trying to model and stuff. So maybe that, like, she was excited. Like, oh my God, my man got money. I'm so excited. I can do anything. I'm going to go travel and I'm going to go model and show my couture, my body. And then after she kind of got used to that, maybe she said, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm just going to live off Steve money. I'm just going to travel. Because right now, she ain't traveling modeling. She traveling taking her grandkids to Aspen. You know, she traveling with her friends and her family. And then she doing her little photo shoots and stuff there. But it's not all that couture, Italy stuff like she was doing back in the day. Like, where is her business at? Like, where, I mean, not that she need one because her husband is rich, but don't rich wives usually go start some foundation? And I'm not talking about the Marjorie and Steve Foundation, because before it was the Marjorie and Steve Foundation, it was the Mary and Steve Foundation. So Steve ain't did nothing but scratch Mary name off, push it to the side, and move a Marjorie name in. So I'm not talking about Steve Foundation that he already had. Where's her stuff at? Don't rich wives usually start some foundation, do some charity work, go help people out? She ain't doing none. She is not doing that. These are my opinions, Miss Berry.
Girl, I was just so enjoying the knowledge that you were spreading through all these people. Y'all like, share, and subscribe on here because we put some tea out here. So she asked me what I think. I seen something else Big Rush said. Big Rush said, watch who you have kids with, because you got a lot of drama. They ain't going to want to deal with the next person. If I'm dealing with someone, you ain't going to know my kids until I make sure I know everything about you. I also saw a comment on there where they said Essie wants to explode. Nah, I did in the past want to explode, but because I know the real truth now and what the real deal is, and Mary said it, and on everything I love, it is very true. Mary said if she ever expressed what she truly knew about Steve and what he was and who he is, he would not have everything he have. They would shut that shit down tomorrow. So I'm telling you, she shared that same secret with me, and it kills me in my soul to keep my mouth quiet, but it's her truth to tell. As long as nobody don't bother me no more, everybody go to hell and do what they want to do. But you can't keep blackmailing and gagging women because you're trying to cover your secret. There was also a pastor, I think it was called Me Too or Me. She said, Steve ain't gonna gag me. Did he try to gag you? Because he sure tried to gag my partner over here, Geneva Closett, back in 2017, because she knew me. So, dude, everybody, Essie Berry, know you're going to stalk people because I'm telling the truth, because I expose you. Everybody I know, you're going to try to gag them because I expose you. And the channels that you guys see that I talked about that stalk me, these are men who are calling women bitches, sluts, and hoes. These are people that Steve Harvey paid. This is the only site that I see on YouTube trying to disrespect me, because ain't nobody on this site gonna come for me because they already know what Essie Berry's about. I don't like that, but I'll accept that. And I'm not angry because he's already being exposed. He did lose several of his jobs, and a lot of it is because of things that happen right now. To me, even if Mary comes back on this platform and she don't, she had enough courage to tell her truth and stand for what she believed in. Steve Harvey tried to silence her since 2005, violating, quieting, and silencing women of color. I didn't like that. One thing you will never hear me say, lying or allege. I ain't got to lie about shit. I'm 51 years old. I'm not going to do that. What I will do is try to stand up for the truth. Even when I just told y'all about Mr. Jimmy. Until we pretty much start speaking out. And I know a comment where Mr. Jimmy said, I think Geneva may have told it to me, where he said one reason what made him start speaking out because he seen me on this internet. How the hell you gonna shut a grown person up? How you gonna shut a civil rights activist up? Steve was used to violating people, blackmailing people, paying judges. I saw it for myself. Paying police officers. I saw it for myself. Paying people off to shut up other women. And I didn't like that. I've never been violated like that before in my life. I said that about Jimmy Townsend because why he got to be considered a dope dealer? Why that got to be Jimmy Townsend's name? He had a name before he became a dope dealer, before he protected Margie, before he went to jail, before he didn't want to let her get locked up. So he took that time. Thank Morgan for getting him out, but it was no more than you should have, because he took that time in that crime for Margie, and she was reaping the benefits of that dope dealer that she was selling. Is that fleet of trucks from that dope? I'm just asking, not my business, but I'm just saying, while you sitting over there trying to keep Mr. Jimmy quiet from sitting up here telling his truth, how y'all violated him, y'all want to live rich and famous, and then you want to violate all the small people. As long as I'm in people's circles, you ain't violating nobody, not in this clique no more. That shit's over with. What I do understand now is, and I keep going back to it, you guys, there is something so deadly, so severe, so powerful that Mary went through that is about Steve, that he knows what it is, that if he were or anybody was to expose it, his whole life would never be like it is again. He would be destroyed. And I know that. That's never what I was coming here for. But now that I really know the truth, and I've known it for a while, I thought the other night when we were on the mic that Mary was going to tell it. I know that y'all saw how emotional I got like that because of someone else's child. I didn't get emotional like that for no reason. There's a lot of dirty secrets in Steve Harvey's closet. But as Mary said, that's her truth to tell. But if a nigga bring their ass to me, I'm going to tell all your business and all your tea. You're not blackmailing me no more. So I just, whatever the Harvey Foundation, the Harvey Home do, y'all better stay over there. Ricky Anderson, you better take your ass somewhere, sit down. Bobby Edmond, don't send nothing else over here. No Steve lawyers. Don't send nothing to me in Geneva trying to do anything to disrespect us, silence us, violate us, or any of our subscribers. I did that for 4 years. I saw where this man paid people off, because at this point, it's either you or me. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not doing it anymore. It ain't going to be me. It'll be this dude. Take it what you want. Say how you want. Put some in my lap. Serve me anything again. That's going to be on you. I also want to say, people say like Essie, what you doing? It doesn't matter what I'm doing. If you have not followed Geneva Closet, and I've been riding with her for 4 years, then you'll never know what I'm doing. If you want to know the true story, you can go back and look from where Geneva started with me in 2017. I've said this so many times, but because of things that transpired, my page got terminated off of YouTube, and Steve flagged my page because I had all the threats and stuff that he did. Now there's still videos right now of them threatening me, stalking me, and trying to make me shut up, like they did Mary, like they doing Jimmy Townsend, like they did the transgender Corlonda Harris, like they did Joseph Cooper. How the hell is this man paying all these judges to shut up and silence people? So what is happening? Mary said that he never had this type of person or this type of like transition, somebody coming at him like this. I didn't come for him. He came for me. He poked me out of hibernation. You guys didn't know nothing about me. This is not about destroying anybody. This is about telling the truth. And if anybody think before 2022 that I'm going to ride with this dude live, you better think again. I don't care what Mary told me. Before 2022, all your lies is going to be on the table. All I asked for was an apology. And being real, I feel bad even asking for an apology. And dude called me a co-conspirator extortionist. That was a lie. But to see how he violated Terry Smith, to see how he violated Mary Harvey, to see how he violated his first wife. Hell, I even kind of feel halfway sorry for Margie trifling ass. Even though she ain't right, you're ratchet, Margie. I've been wanting to say it. I kept it to myself, but you are one of the ratchetest ass women I've ever seen before in my life. You went from slanging dope to living in a mansion, and you turned around and violated a woman and her kid because you married this dude. But every time you see Margie, she's always in something, smiling with her grandkids, smiling with her kids. Did you ever even think how Mary would feel, Margie? No, because you too busy modeling. See, that's the chicks, you call them a label. Okay, they label because all what makes you is your attire. What makes you is your clothes. Nothing else makes you. Steve Money made you, and you turned around and helped him violate people. And I don't get it. I don't even understand it. I don't even know why they kept trying to blackmail me. Oh yeah, let me take that back. Yes, I do. Yeah, I do. Steve, you know about the basement, right? I'm gonna leave that right there. You know about the basement, right? The basement, Steve. The basement with the padlock. The basement, Steve. I'm gonna leave that right there. You ain't trying to come for this because you're going to be served on a silver platter. I'm just saying. There's so many other things that's in the back of your closet. So that's why you're trying to gag women. And I understand that. But I understand you didn't know me and I didn't know you. And I'm a civil rights activist. So you're not going to do me. And if Jimmy Townsend need me on some corporate level, okay, I'll be there for him. I love the way he talk on the phone. He sound real sexy too. I'm just saying, Margie. No wonder you stuck with him, not just selling that dope. I'm just saying. So it's more to this man than when he was selling dope. He's a good gentleman. He's a stand-up guy. And what I can say, I don't know too many black men that's going to take a rap for a woman. She should have got him straight because he took the rap for you. You didn't go to prison, Margie, because of Jimmy Townsend. You were able to raise your children because of Jimmy Townsend. I mean, y'all can help him out. Same with Mary, Steve. Mary helped you for 16 years. You can just make sure she had one house. You can make sure you abided by the divorce decree where you were supposed to be letting Winter go visit Mary. Y'all just had to go and take the baby straight out Mary life and then add insults to injuries. No, she was in a mental ward. You took her out the mental ward and you divorced her, but then you want me to shut up. How did any of that work out for you? I'm just asking. So when you come trying to destroy women of color, it's time for us as women to reunite, join our voice together. Stop going about what you hear. Don't go about what y'all hear, y'all, because let me tell you something. Up until right now, what you guys said about what y'all all saw about me. Now everybody's like, oh God, I believe Mary. I knew she went through it. No, the hell y'all didn't know she went through it. You didn't know she went through it because you didn't care, because you believe Steve Harvey lies. But then when people went back and checked my credibility, they knew I wasn't a liar. Why would I pick this man of all men to come for like this? I don't know this dude, but I don't like losing. And I am the one to battle. They didn't know me. They just got a force to be reckoned with. So at this point, if anybody come to me and Steve been pissing on him, what you think I'm supposed to do? Because I've been pissed on by this man. I saw him paying police officers off. I saw Steve paying judges off. I saw Steve paying lawyers off. Ricky Anderson, Bobby Edmond, Angela Tucker, they all helped him, and Margie Harvey too. It's just what it is. If you go to jail now, if you go to jail later, you're already going to be in jail because you're losing everything you have. You got to realize what you gain on this world. You can't take it when you die. So why dog people out? Why disrespect people? Why dog the people who you gave kids by? Marsha had kids by you. You left her for another woman. Mary had kids by you. You put her in a mental ward and then left her and took her baby and then married a dope dealer, the dope dealer wife. You know what I'm saying? The wife. I mean, I ain't trying to call him a dope. I'm just saying she was dope dealing too. Margie was a dope dealer. Margie was a dope dealer. So why does that make her more credible than Mary and Margie? Marsha, what made that? How do you got a fleet of trucks from 1995? That was Mary money, right? Just like the house that they're staying in Atlanta, Georgia. If it ain't Tyler Perry, the house before that. That house had Margie's name on it in 2003. Wait a minute. That house had Margie's name on it in 2003. Wait a minute. But then you divorced Mary in 2005. November of 2005, if I'm not correct. Oh, November 29th, 2005 in 30 days. So you divided $500,000 or $1 million of asset in 30 days. And you saying Mary got what she deserved. You telling me that Margie had a name, and I don't make us pull the paperwork. I can show you where there was a house under Margie Harvey. You hadn't married Steve yet, had you? In 2003. But Mary divorce was going on in 2005. That shit's called bigamy. That's called common law wife. You had two common law wives and you had a real wife, right? So what's up? But you didn't want nobody to tell your business. But you'd rather lie and get on the internet and go to the blogs, papers and stuff and say I'm a co-conspirator and an extortionist, right? Well, how did that work out for you? How did it work out for you trying to gag a woman, blackmail me so I can shut up and not tell your secrets, how you violated Mary, how you violated Terry, how you violated Kalonda Harris? That's a transgender. That basement and that transgender, see what you think? I ain't gonna go no further than right there. Baby, I need to stop for a minute. I just done preached all I can preach. And again, I want to thank everybody because I'm reading the comments, especially the brothers who logging in and saying hello to us. This is not a game anymore. I'm an activist. Geneva's an activist. You might as well say, because she saved my life. We trying to get women voices out there. I don't care who they recognize or what celebrity they with. Right is right and wrong is wrong. See, while you trying to preach to everybody else, you need to preach to your wife, Mary. And did I say wife? Let's pull the records to see. You need to go apologize to Mary, and you'll definitely owe your twins mother an apology too. Let's just keep it real. Let's just get all this straight. Steve, you can do this. Let's go apologize for everybody that you done screwed over and paid. Maybe God will help you. Maybe he'll change you because you too busy trying to change religions now because nobody don't like you and ain't nobody trying to be bothered with you. Everybody help you turn around and piss on them, right? Did you ever think how I made Winterfield for you to snatch him out of college because he wanted to go live with his mama in 2015? That's right, y'all. He snatched Winton out of college because Winton wanted to go live with Steve. 2013, on the phone, Winton said, I don't want to be here with my dad and Margie. All they do is fight. I can't do this, Mom. 2009, the baby got beat by Steve. The judges and Judge Dry, those judges out there covered it up. Plano police kept the police report for 4 years until I came on the case. Wouldn't give it to Mary. Wouldn't give Mary the police report so she could save her son. So that's 3 different times that baby wanted to leave Steve presence, and he was forced to stay there with Margie and Steve. And please, what you don't want to do, don't make Winter come to the forefront. Because if you ever put Winton in this, all our asses will be taking lie detector tests. Hell, I'm wrong. Go get some truth syrup. Let's shoot everybody up with truth syrup, and let's tell the real truth about everybody and who they really are and who they become and who they trying to hide from and how they trying to hide things about them and try to gag women because you don't want people to know things about you. Done, Geneva.
Boom. Well, she basically said that. She basically said it. And what am I gonna say? I think I want to say right quick to hey everybody, how y'all doing? To everybody that's here in the chat, we appreciate you all watching today. It's late. I don't even know what time it is. We've been on here for a little over an hour. Thank you for showing up in the chat. Thank you for communicating back and forth with us. Thank you for everybody that's watching, that's not even saying none. That's quite all right. That's quite all right. You really don't have to say anything. But could you please like and share this video and subscribe to Geneva's Closet if you haven't already done so right here on YouTube. And you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at what? At Geneva's Closet. And you can email me, people, at genevascloset22@gmail.com. Yeah, please make sure you like and share this video, like and share the video, like and share the video. I appreciate all of you giving the love for the videos that I have made, giving the love for the book readings. You all said that you fairly enjoyed the book readings. Let me just say this to you all, people. I had no intentions of reading that book. I mean, I just didn't. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I'm like, I don't even know how my people are going to feel about this. I've never done a book reading before. This is outside of the type of videos that I make, and you all were very receptive to it, and you said that you enjoyed it, and when I read it, I just was trying to read it from how I would feel if someone was saying or whatever, or treat me that way, or how I felt like the characters would. So that's why I wanted to pre-record it. And that's why I did not want to read it live, because I wanted to give myself a chance to kind of skim over it right before I'm about to read it, so I know how the characters are feeling and where they're coming from, so then I can try to put some of that in there. So yeah, I appreciate you all for all the love with all the videos. And thank you to all of the new subbies, all of my new subscribers. I appreciate all of you. Y'all just came from out of nowhere. I love you all. I appreciate it. I appreciate the comments. I am totally more active on Facebook, people. I am more active on Facebook as far as responding back to comments, and to be perfectly honest with you, probably more active on my personal Facebook page at responding back to my people that, come in there and ask me questions or whatever when we be talking. But I definitely want to say shout out to all of my new subscribers, and then to all of my subscribers that have been here for a while. This has been a long journey, people. Has this not been a long journey? Has this not? Because a lot of you all met me. Shout out to Dr. Chanel. A lot of you all met me in 2017. You know, when I first met Essie and I first started talking about the Steve Harvey thing, it's been a long road. We kind of been through some things. So y'all know the story of when I received that, when I first started making my videos, when I found that information about all them life insurance policies and the stuff from the states and the cars, and I exposed that information. And then when I had that incident with the National Enquirer, and then when Steve Harvey attorney or Bobby Edmonds sent me that email, the information telling me that I shouldn't be talking to Essie Berry, aka, and I should stop making videos and all of that type of stuff. Y'all been here with me for the whole thing, so y'all know for the most part where all of these videos and stuff is coming from. But for those of you who did not watch all the videos, because let me tell y'all people, it is practically a series. So if you ain't watched all the videos, I tried to start it from the beginning. I really, at this point, don't know what else I can tell you about the man. I done told you about his ancestors. Like, what else do you need me to tell you about? His genes? What, you want to know about his DNA? The atoms and neutrons in his body? Like, what else is there for me to tell you about the man? The only place for me to go to next is Marjorie. Because a lot of y'all have been questioning Marjorie. What is going on with Marjorie? Lady Heroin, her baby daddies. Y'all wanted more information about Jimmy. Y'all wanted more information about Donnell, if I'm saying that correctly, Lori's father. Y'all want, a lot of you are saying stuff about Jimmy and Donnell, if I'm saying that correctly, because I got it written down somewhere. Lori's father being cousins. I don't know anything about them being cousins. Based on my research, nothing that I read. No, matter of fact, let me say that differently. I have read a lot of things that said that they were cousins, but nothing based on my research came back that they are actually cousins. So if they are, then Jimmy would have to say that. Somebody gonna have to say that. But to my knowledge, they are not cousins. But they did sell drugs at one point. Okay, so basically that's what you're gonna get out of that. And but yeah, there's been a long road for those of you who don't know why I started making these Steve Harvey videos, because you did not go back and watch the other videos. It all started probably in about January. I think it was January when Essie said that she received a letter. So we are not talking about Essie saying some people on some trolls on YouTube. That ain't where this came from. I don't respond to trolls. Geneva never. Let me get it. I don't do that. I do not respond to trolls, to people on YouTube making silly videos and stuff. That's just not my angle. But real people, now you want to have a real conversation, human being to human being, then we can do that all day. So when Miss Berry said that she had received, call me like, Geneva, guess what? And I can hear it in her voice. I'm like, what? And she was like, do you know that Steve Harvey is trying to stop this gag order thing and all of that type of, not the gag order, the order of protection thing that she was trying to get on Steve Harvey because she just wanted him with the troll things and stuff to stop all of that extraness and all of that type of stuff. And Steve Harvey wanted to take that stuff to court because he didn't want to stop it. He wanted to stop it. I just didn't understand what was the purpose of stopping it. I mean, you want Essie to leave you alone. That was your whole purpose of reaching out to me. That was your whole purpose of putting a gag order, trying to put a gag order on her. That was your whole purpose of putting that warrant out for her, is because you wanted her to leave you alone. The woman was not making videos. And, to this day, I still don't get that. Like, Steve would have to come and explain something to me. Like did some networks come to you and they wanted to do a show with you or something? And they were like, yeah, but we see Miss Essie Berry got a order protection out on you for you to leave her alone because she said you were bullying her. And then you said, oh, hell no. Because this was months. Like, Essie had this on you for months. You knew about this. You got attorneys that go hard on everybody. So you can't tell me that your attorneys and all of y'all didn't know about this for months. So to pop out of nowhere to get 2021 started starting with Essie. And from my standpoint, when she said that, I was like, oh, hell no. So now she about to get started. I said, oh no, she about to be talking about Steve all the time. People, we were living our life. Me and Essie was talking about other things. Other things was happening in life for us to communicate about. We didn't have to talk about Steven. He started this. So then that's why I said, well, you know what? Since he wanted to start it, then I'm going to finish it. So then here go these videos. I said, let me go do a little research. Let me go put some stuff together. When I had already tried to find this book back in the day, some years ago, people had already tried, couldn't find it. Looked it up, found it. And first thing I said was, Lord, is this meant to be? Do you want me to get this book and read this book? I said, look, it couldn't be nobody but the Lord. The Lord wanted me to get this book because it came out of nowhere, and I had already did research on it to find it before. So y'all asked me, is there another book? I don't know. Now, I done talked to a few people in the comment section that said that they had this book too. Some of them said that they hadn't even totally read the whole book, but now that I had read it, they were really interested in it. So this book actually did get out. It actually did get out. A few people do have it. Is it out now? I don't know. I can't find it. Where's Miss Terry Smith at? I don't know. You would have to go back and watch that video, Steve Harvey, Wife and Side Chicks, because I talk about Terry Smith, because I did some research on it and I found her. I found her currently. I found a nonprofit organization that she's doing, a picture of her and her husband, what her last name is. I told you what her full name is because her name is not Terry Smith. I definitely gave you some information and some details on it, so you have to go check out that video to get that information. But yeah, that's basically what's going down. What you got to say, Essie?
A couple things. Again, when a man says something, I saw Mr. Diamond Red too. Oh no, right cross in the box. First of all, I saw somebody telling me I should spill Steve Harvey tea. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't do it. Not right now. I gotta figure a way to make sure that I'm not going to. But I'm telling you, it's so bad that I really wouldn't want to say that about it. So I can't do that. It's about a privacy issue too. And I don't know how people may react. I'm not really worried about Steve going down. I'm worried about people around him and how it will affect them. So as a civil rights activist, I still can't put something of this magnitude out knowing that this will happen. I can't tell you again. Somebody asked me about the transgender. There's a video on my page, but I'm going to go back and release the paperwork. This woman was a transgender woman. Steve had her arrested in Cobb County. The judge that was over it, she used to work for some attorneys that he used to work for called Austin and Bird. After that, I saw where it said in there that he got her put in jail and some deputies beat her up. I just want to know that you have a relationship with the transgender. Everything else I done heard, I mean, I need to make it make sense. There's a reason why you continue to try to gag people, because you try to silence people because you know you have secrets. It doesn't matter about what you do in the name calling, because at the end of the day, I can prove everything I said. Geneva brought up a good point too. In January, I had went on about my business. There was a 3-year restraining order against Steve Harvey in 2023. As a narcissist, he didn't like that. He didn't like that I finally won against him. He didn't like that someone beat him at his own game. I didn't want to be stalked. I didn't want to be harassed. I didn't want to be threatened. There was over 165 burner phones in my cell phone with threats from about this man and his family and everybody else. There was at least 10 sites that were stalking me, Geneva, and several other bloggers on his page, and Google let it happen. I can tell you a lot of changes has been made because I sued Google last year, 2020, in February. After I got the restraining order, whoever I did sue, I walked away. So it was never about money, because I would have stayed in there fighting today. It was the principle and the point that you can't continue to dog women, especially people you don't know, and think there will never be a repercussion of something that you have done. When I went to my email, I had to February the 2nd to answer something that this dude had went and did. So I would have to take a restraining order off of him. So he was trying to get the restraining order took off of him. So when I finally found out about it, it was the last day that I could address it. Steve Harvey went into court and lied to the court and told the court there's a warrant for my arrest in Texas. There is a warrant for my arrest in Texas. It's a blackmail warrant. Judge Angela Tucker, Bobby Edmond, Ricky Anderson, Steve Harvey, and Margie Harvey are all in the clique together trying to get me arrested in Collins County, a city and a state that I have not been in that area, trying to put a warrant out, which they did. Steve said, oh my God, Essie's on the YouTube talking about me. Judge, you got to do something. Please turn around and put this warrant out for her. So when me and Mary was going through court, dude tried to make me come to court out in Texas where I don't live so I could turn around and get arrested in Texas so he could blackmail me. Or did you want me to go to jail and you beat me up like you did that transgender little girl? I'm just asking. From 2008 to 2014, he violated a transgender woman. You just got nailed on the internet saying that you can't have a relationship with a woman unless you're sleeping with her. All that has been shown, and it's really in these books. Someone on one of the comments said that it's not a secret about his mistress. It wasn't the purpose about being a mistress. A hoe gonna be a hoe no matter what. It was the point that this woman wrote this book and he told his truth to the world, but behind closed doors, he was destroying women of color. Behind closed doors, he was dogging women of color. Behind closed doors, he was dogging women of color. Behind closed doors, he was beating his son with 2x4s and belt buckles. Behind closed doors, he became a monster with his money, and the industry allowed that to happen. Look how cute and smiley Winton looked on that picture. I see people right now today telling me every time they saw Steve with Winton, he was scared. He was, and he had a right to be. Steve know what he did. He know what he done did to his baby. Why is Winton the only one can't see his mother? Can you answer that? Because that's who Steve is. He didn't want y'all to know it. This woman gave him his son, her son, Winton, and all he did is took Winton and just push him to the side. You didn't think that affected Winton? You trying to make another person, like when I was coming up, I had a step parent. I didn't want to call her ass mama. Like Winton didn't want to call Margie mama. Steve made Winton call Margie mother. Why? That wasn't his mother. 3 times, and I know 100% sure that Winton wanted to go stay with his mother, and Steve stopped it. The gentleman who, what's his name? The gentleman that was making comments, Big Rush, I think it was. He said Winton don't want to leave his place of comfort because if he went with Mary, he would have to get a job. That might be so, but he was going to go with Mary in 2015 until Steve sent his bodyguard and snatched Winton out of college. Why? Because he wanted to be with his mother. You know what? What's done in the dark will always come to the light, no matter who may expose it. And I want to say something else. Me as a civil rights activist, and up until 2017, you guys didn't know me like you know me now and know of me. There are bloggers that's putting videos out right now, and I'm gonna straight tell you, if the shit's not on Geneva page, or if you didn't hear my voice or my typing on a blogger page, then I clearly say the shit ain't true unless you got it from a Geneva page. I'm just telling you. Because I've seen a lot of videos out there about me and they're not accurate. But I guess that's what they do in the industry. The only difference between these people in the industry, I will drag your ass on this internet when it comes to my reputation and who I am and my credibility. I'm not playing that with nobody. I'm not a blogger. I'm a civil rights activist. And I took to this internet. I took to YouTube because no court would help me as a woman of color. No police would help me as a woman of color. Police departments, Mount Clair, Rancho Cucamonga, Ontario. It was a $1 million bounty on my head. I was threatened if I don't shut up about Mary. How did any of that work out for you? You lost everything you own because you didn't want to apologize. He didn't know how to apologize. His money couldn't apologize to me. I wanted his ass to make this right because of all the women that he has violated through the years. I guess it took somebody like me, someone who wasn't in love with him, someone who didn't have a connection to him, someone who was not loyal to him, someone who didn't give a rat's ass about what you think when you come to the law. What I won't do, I won't violate a person because I know the law as a civil rights activist. And I want to thank you guys because I saw everything you was talking about. Me and Geneva, we make a good team. That's why I'm still with her. She's one of the only bloggers that stayed, rode all the way to the end. I could tell Geneva something. I don't got to stay on the mic with Geneva. Geneva went and did the research for herself. But she also made me realize something too. I'm too nice for my own good. I gave people time that wasn't really worth my time or didn't value my time, from people to bloggers. So I'm not even going to be on nobody else's page because these bloggers out here, they get sideways and shit. You try to tell the truth. Somebody buy you a ponytail, some fried chicken, give you a Twinkie. You're going to sell out on them because they giving you a Twinkie? Really? Is that what we're doing? Does it take $2 to sell out a woman of color? Does it take $5 to make 20 sites to stalk me? And what do you think, y'all, on those videos with Steve Harvey face calling me out my name? What do you think that's going to do? That just gives me more ammunition to get stronger towards you. The 4 years that I went through this, 8 years in all, I have been through a brutal battle with Steve Harvey. And I won't stop here, but I'm going on with my life now because I really know the truth about who he is, what he has done to Mary, who he is behind closed doors. And I'm at peace with it. But I truly tell people, like, I'm up on a therapy, because if not, I don't know, y'all. My gangster ways might be the came back. And I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to go snatch somebody. I know everybody on this mic know I'm not a punk, so I'm not gonna play games. I'm not here to sit up and discredit nobody, nor will I lie on somebody. But I don't like anybody trying to destroy the only thing. I don't have money or credibility like that because I was married to Fred Rerun Berry. Oh, okay. What that got to do anything? That was him. That was his legacy. I am his widow, but I am an individual of my own, which was a civil rights activist before Rerun, after Rerun, and right now today. So I live my own way, and I started my own name. I did this for myself. So in less than these years, my credibility got destroyed because of a lie a man told. I have to tell all people, from Jimmy Townsend to Mary Harvey to Corlonda Harris to Terry Smith to Robert Cooper, 5 people of color, that this man is silenced, gagged, violated in court, and nothing has been done. You don't win that many cases unless you get paid off. So it doesn't matter. I stepped away from all those cases. If you guys want to know why, because I knew in court that Steve Harvey could pay anybody off that he want to violate me. But what the fuck, I did know that you can't violate me in my own court. This is our own YouTube court. You in Geneva Closett court law now. We on YouTube. I'm going to tell my justice, you're not going to silence me at 51 years old. I don't even know what that shit means. What you should have did is, and you can go get lawyers, you can go get judges, you can go get the president if you want to. But nobody's going to silence Essie Berry. My ancestors, my descendants, they didn't die for me to sit up here and be quiet. They didn't die for me not to protect women of color. They didn't die for me not to protect men of color or whoever, transgenders of color. They didn't die for me to do that. They did it for what I do now. The only thing is, all the people who came for me, you should have done your research before you did it. Before you came at me in any kind of way, then you should have did your research. Homeboy said, Essie, you are not a woman of color. You're a black queen. That people of color things is nothing but another phase. I understand that, brother. Some people get upset when you say black. Some people say you get of color. Y'all, when I sign an application, I don't even put my color on it. I say other. What difference does it make what color I am? I have Italian in me. I have Cherokee Indian in me. I have black in me. I'm a other. I'm a woman of color because I have so many different origins in me. That's why I say that. Because if you ain't pure black, then you're other and you have other colors. That's why I say that, Rush. I'm just saying it like that. So no one can step and say we pure breed black. That's why a lot of Africans say they don't like us because of the simple fact that us being black, we want to say that. But they feel like Africans are Africans, black people are black people. Africans don't consider me an African because they say I didn't come from there. But my ancestors did. I would take it. So all I'm just saying, when we state we black, red, blue, woman of color, I have so many different races in me. I just say that because I don't want to identify with whatever color. But when you see me on the street, I'm introduced as a black woman. When you see me in a mall, they see me as a black woman. When you see me on the sidewalk, if I would be biracial, they would still see me as a black woman. I do know that, but we need to recognize and know what's in us. We need to research our backgrounds and our genders and know where we come from and where we are going, because it's not just black. It's a lot of us in a lot of other things in us. And that's because of how we've been violated through the years. And as a black woman, woman of color, whichever way you want to say it, I choose not to get violated by anybody anymore. Go, Geneva.
Absolutely. Absolute mundo. So while Essie was talking, I was looking at the comments. Boss Lady asks, Why expose Steve? My answer to that is because that's the type of work that I do. So you have to go back and check out my Genevas Closet page, check it out, and then you'll see that's the type of videos I do. So I'm a researcher. I like to research stuff. So Steve Harvey is a big celebrity, so his story is big. So since his story is big, it's drawn out because it's big, because I chose to dissect it. You know what I mean? I could have did one video. I could have done one video. Could have. But I chose to, based on the type of person that I am, the type of work that I like to do, the research that I like to invest in the work that I do. And because of this book, it became dissected into many videos. But go back and check out, like I did the same thing with Meg Thee Stallion. I did the same thing with Nick Cannon and his family. And Nick Cannon's brother reached out to me, Gabriel Cannon, and they were impressed by my research. They wasn't offended, even though I made a comment about Nick Cannon's father being the founding member of the Lincoln Park Bloods, if I'm not mistaken. They wasn't offended. He reached out to me and said, we love the research that you did, and some of the information that you gave, we didn't even know. So that's just the type of person that I am. That's the work that I do. Matter of fact, go back a little bit further, you see that I have exposed things that the police did to people. People have reached out to me and said I was treated unjustly, unfairly by the police, by whoop, whoop, whoop. And then I went and did my own research and made a video on it. So why Steve Harvey? Just because. Essie want to say something too. And then I have some other things to say after that.
I know I don't need to defend you on this part. Boss lady, this shit been going on for 4 years now. There's videos all on the internet. She coming like this. This nigga tried to gag her. What you gonna do if somebody tell you to shut up and send you a piece of paper? Because me and her want to be friends, it gives Steve the right to send her a piece of paper telling her to shut up. It don't give her that right to do that, boss lady. A lot of y'all sisters on the internet sit up here and shut up and let this dude choke you out. I ain't that type of sister. He's not gonna come for Geneva like that. It's right about now. It's a necessity to do this because dude, she didn't know Geneva. This girl didn't even have 6,000 viewers on her page, or less than, and you're gonna send her something because she's talking to me, and you're gonna try to gag her. That's why, boss lady, we want to gag his ass now because I'm tired of him trying to gag black women, women of color. I'm tired of you gagging people, period. So never even come for Geneva. So she's on this mic because she was sitting one day minding her own business, met Essie Berry. I told her something. She didn't go by what I said. She didn't have to have me on her page. She went and did her own research and said, oh my God, Essie Berry is telling the truth. Then when she put a video out there, Steve Harvey sent her some papers to try to shut her up and gag her. Hell, you ain't gagging the whole internet. He only tried to gag people who I told this story to. He only tried to go after my subscribers that was following me. This dude was putting people personal information out on this internet. He was putting people houses, information, social security cards, if they had a drug deal on them. Steve Harvey people went in and was putting that kind of shit on the internet about people that were following me because I exposed him what he did to Mary Harvey. And really, I really don't even like talking about this dude because at this time, just to know what I know about the transgender, I think everybody should shut the hell up and sit down. Straight up. Period. Boss lady. Go, Geneva. I'm sorry. I get real personal when it comes to you.
Boss lady, like, wait a minute. I didn't say she should not. Okay? I'm just a little curious. Is what is the plan? What is the aim? What is the end game here? I'm just trying to figure out. Yeah, I kind of said it a little bit earlier. It's because I was picking on SCN, just about sick of it. And then because if you do the research, which I already did for you people, I already did it in that video. I think it was the video where me and Essie went live. He has gotten over on a lot of people. So I know that a lot of people are fans of Steve, don't like to hear what, I may have to say about Steve because you love Steve. Like, Geneva, leave Steve. But whatever. I'm just doing what I do, people. I'm just doing what I do. But I seen some of y'all ask some questions, and I seen you ask something about nephew Tommy. Y'all want to know because the story goes a little something like this, that Steve Harvey and nephew Tommy are uncle and nephew and uncle. That's what they say. And then if you go and you read up on some stuff, it'll say that they are related by nephew Tommy's mom, Kate. As a matter of fact, there is a video where Steve Harvey is on the radio and he and Kate, nephew Tommy's mom, calls in and Steve calls her his sister, because I actually seen a video. But come to find out, speaking to Mary, and plus, even based on my research, I was like, wait a minute, Kate, you know, because I asked Mary, I'm like, Mary, are they related? Because based on my research, if you watch the video where I did Steve Harvey Ancestries, I showed you and I told you who his siblings were. He got two sisters and he have two brothers. One of his brothers, Jesse, passed away in 2006. So I'm like, Kate, I don't remember Kate. Mary said that nephew Tommy is not his nephew. And she said she don't even know how he met Tommy. She said she don't know how he met Tommy, but Tommy came in there somewhere, and then they started working together on the radio. But she said nephew Tommy is not his nephew. And I wanted to show you all this, because in the video where I did about the ancestry, I had spoken about a brother, Jesse, who I found out based on my research had passed away in 2006, and I had never even heard about this brother before. So let me see, can I find the picture of him? I'm about to just be popping up pictures, so I forgot which one it was. It's this one right here. This picture right here, can y'all see it? Where am I at? Yep, this picture right here, the middle next to Cassie. So you see Cassie, got the little orange, white, whatever color that is. That's Miss Ella from House of Pain, Tyler Perry House of Pain. And in the middle is Jesse, Steve Harvey's oldest brother, the one who passed away in 2006. So in that video with the ancestry, you don't see a picture of him because I didn't have a picture of him, but Mary provided me with the picture. So you see her, Jesse in the middle, Steve Harvey's oldest brother that passed away in 2006. And you see Miss Ella from the House of Pain. And then something else someone had said. Oh, and then I don't even know if I have this picture readily available just to pop up here. But there was a picture that I had put up here of Megan. Because don't you remember in the book I had mentioned in the book, Men Will Lie When the Truth Will Do. Remember the Steve Harvey assistant? And I think in the book her name was Michelle. Well, her actual name in real life is Megan. And there's a picture that I popped up here when I was showing the little slideshow. And Mary was in the middle, and there was a girl, to me, is on the left side. So I don't know what side, but she had on a red shirt. That is, so when I pop the pictures and stuff up again, then you'll know that is Megan, the secretary. But yeah, if y'all got the assistant. But if y'all got any questions that you may want to know, this would be the fabulous time. This would be the perfect time to ask the question. And then come to find out, don't you remember the story with Cassie? So Mary said that, because I'm trying to remember. Mary, I'm hoping that I'm getting your stories correct, because Mary just told some really good information. And like Essie said, we actually have a whole lot more tea. I mean, the tea it's just some piping hot tea. But we choose not to tell it right now. You know, whenever the right time is, then we will tell that tea. You know, but we choose not to tell it right now. But anyway, so when I was talking to Mary on the phone, Mary said that when she had met Cassie, because I don't know if she told it like this when she was on the thing. Mary said that when she had met Cassie, because she said that they were going to go do some movie. And then she said that old girl was there. Y'all know Kim Field's mom. What is her name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. The one who was burnt, Janet Jackson in Good Times with the Iron. But anyway. So she said that they were all in the thing together, and she said she seen Cassie and Miss Ella, and she said that she was looking at Mary like Mary was uppity and stuff. And Mary said that somebody had owned a soul food restaurant. I can't remember if she said Denzel's wife or I can't remember who wife or somebody, she said owned a soul food restaurant. So she said that she had told her assistant at the time to go over to the soul food restaurant and go get me some collard greens and some cornbread and some stuff like that. And she said Miss Ella Cassie, was like, you eat cornbread and collard green? Because she thought Mary was uppity, because of Steve Harvey and you just uppity bougie and all that type of stuff. And Mary was like, yes, I eat cornbread and collard greens. And she said from that day on that they became friends. So, to her, it was nothing to give Cassie the $40,000 that she gave her to help her parents and stuff out. Now, what we did not know that we ended up finding out after that interview talking to Mary is that Mary said that she had also gave what is that? Chip Fields. Thank you, Tammy girl, and Patrice and Shauna, if I'm and Native One. and Melva and everybody, because y'all know I'm can't never get the and one who cares. She said she also gave Chip 41,000 because when we got done with the interview and Mary said that, was like, Mary, why you didn't say that, girl? Like, we didn't know that. We would have also mentioned that too. Like, Chip, is you gonna give Mary her 41,000? Now, why did Mary say that she gave Chip 41,000? I think she said she gave her 41,000 for a movie or for some Essie. Oh, see, Essie know the tea. Essie, tell him, girl, tell him.
Actually, Geneva, it wasn't 41,000. It was 60,000, Miss Chip, if I'm not mistaken. And the $60,000, Miss Chip, was given to you because you needed a studio because you guys were finna get ready to do a stage play. So you needed somewhere to be in the studio so you could do, practice for the stage play. So Mary fronted Chip $60,000 that she never even got back from Chip.
Wow. Okay, so that's what it was. The tea, people, the tea. And see, Essie know, because I was on the phone with Mary and Essie, and I'm telling y'all, first of all, let me talk about Mary and Essie for a little bit. Because these two, Lord. A-doom, doom. These two together. Now, I was on the phone with Mary and Essie several times, but Mary and Essie was on the phone way more than that talking. Oh my God, these two women together is something else. And you can tell that they're Libras because one minute they kind of bickering, the next minute they cool, they love each other. The next minute they kind of going at it again, then they... Right, and then I'm the one in the middle on the phone, like, oh, ladies. Look, Mary and Essie. Mary, basically what Essie's trying to, and Essie, I see what Mary is trying. I'm like, oh, good grief, these two. They are hilarious because Mary is funny. Mary is hilarious. She be coming on here, trying to act one way or whatever. That's why I'm telling you. Now this is me keeping it 100. Mary can come back on and do a face interview all day long. But I guarantee you, her face interviews ain't nothing compared to the audios. It ain't even on the same level. Because Mary is a whole nother person when she's not on camera. And Mary didn't have a problem with being recorded. As a matter of fact, I had a conversation. I was on the phone talking to Mary one time, and I wasn't even recording her. And she said something, and she was like, yeah, because just in case you're recording me. And I was like, Mary, I'm not even recording. But, she was ready to spill that tea for just in case I was recording. You ain't never going to get the type of tea from Mary on the face interview that you are with her just doing a regular audio. She had so much to say. She had a lot to say. And she said it with so many adjectives. And she had a lot of adjectives and really explaining things. And that story, and when she told what she told about Steve Harvey's mom, and when she told the story on here about how Steve Harvey's mom passed away and how Steve felt about that when he found out that mom passed away, y'all only got a snippet of that story. Because even when she was telling it, I was sitting here thinking to myself, really, Mary? Really? That is not how you told that story on the phone. On the phone, when she got done, because I had asked her the relationship between Steve and his mom, the reason why he treated women the way that he treated, because I figured that it must have been something with his father. Maybe he seen the father cheating on the mom or something like that, or something with the mother. Maybe she was passive and she dealt with a lot, and he didn't, something like what happened. And yeah, when he said that he did not have a good relationship with his mother, and when she said that how he's sitting up there talking about he bought his mama a house or whatever, like I had to make sure that he took care of his mother, and that his mother called him all the time for Steve. And she would call Mary and say, Mary, let Steve know that I cooked his favorite food and I want him to come over. And Steve did not want to come over to see his mom. And she said that when Steve's mom passed away, because Steve's mom had been trying to get in contact with Steve right before she passed away, and Steve was off doing his own thing, acted like he didn't have time. And she said that by the time that when Steve's mom passed away and she seen Steve crying, she said she was side-eyeing him like, really? Like I understand this full thing, but you knew your mother wasn't doing well. You could have came over here to see her at any time. You didn't, right? She said that she was the one making sure that they got Christmas gifts and stuff like that. She said it was her. And yeah, so no, you're not going to get the same Mary on camera like you will off camera. But yeah, people, we talked about a lot today. We sure did. I'm trying to look at my notes. Essie, is there anything else you wanted to say? Trying to look at my notes. Okay.
I know people are really wondering what's going to go down. At this point, we just plan everything by ear. Mary will always be in my thoughts, my prayers, and it doesn't matter. Geneva's right. Me and Mary are two Libras. She's 60, I'm 50. We bump heads a lot, but that doesn't stop me from loving her. That wouldn't stop me from standing with her. And I have to say that because it was so many times where Mary said people came to fight for her and they left her standing. And she said she prayed and she wondered why would I stand for her. Hell, I don't even know why. Somebody said in the chat that they feel like God brought this case to me in Geneva so it can be where it needs to be. We don't matter if you got money or who you are in the world. We can't continue to try to harbor and cover up lies to compel someone to make it look like the truth, and it's a lie. Mary had to do that for years, and she had been gagged for years, and she had been threatened for years, and she's been stalked for years, and she's been blackmailed and lied on for years by Steve whole camp, including Margie. And really, to me, when you got a woman behind you, that says a lot that you living with this woman and you can't even get your man to do right by his own kids, but you want people to do right by your kids. Jimmy went to jail for Margie so she could keep her kids, but when she got with Steve, she just said, screw Mary, just took her son and went on about the business. None of that was right. None of them trying to gag me was right. None of them trying to silence me was right. Them trying to silence Geneva, it wasn't right. To sit up here and threaten our lives and put our business out on the internet, for what reason? Because that's what you chose to do. It doesn't matter when it comes out or how it comes out. Everything that you do, it will always come to the light. You will always reap what you sow. I try to gain myself on being and like having integrity. When I fought cases, I try to look at face value. I try not to take sides. If I go on a blogger page, if I go on somebody's page, I go on that to tell the truth. So maybe you can help get this other woman's story out. But we have to quit listening to what people say and know it at face value. How every person on this internet who watches Geneva that heard about me, how you should know that I'm telling the truth, which I'll take a lie detector test. Go get Steve. Tell Steve to set up a network and let him and Essie go on the networks and take a lie detector. He's not going to do it. He's not sued me in the state that I live in because he knows everything about him will crumble and he can't match me. It doesn't matter how many lawyers you got. I got that one. I got God. So my lawyer is higher than anything that they can bring before me. And look at me from being a victim of stalking to now I'm a victim's advocate, even though I was a civil rights activist. Because for a minute, I became his prey. I became his victim. I allowed him to try to silence me like he did Mary. But 2013, when I came back in 2017, I was already an abused child. I promised myself that I would never allow anyone to silence me or try to corrupt me, disrespect me, blackmail me for something you did. That will never happen. So that's why I took to the internet. And at no time when I'm saying things, I'm just a little bit more passionate. I think that's why me and Geneva click, because when I do get upset, Geneva has a way of like consoling. She's different. And I want to put this out here so all people know. YouTube can not only be your only level of communication if you take your mind and you advance it elsewhere. When I was getting ready to do that reality show in 2013, evidently it wasn't meant for me to do it because I didn't have the right team of people, nor did I trust people. But now, you know, going through all this, I realized who was for me. I realized who wasn't for me. And Geneva has been a strong part of my life for the 4 years. So I'm very protective of her. I can say along the way, there were so many bloggers that I wanted to talk to me, or a couple that I did go, but no one held that same loyalty like Geneva did. And right now, if you guys don't know it, I've asked Geneva to be my PR person, and I've asked her to be my manager. And I'm telling y'all, it's working out good. We are already in negotiation with a few things. I spilled the tea. And why? Because I love her as an individual. I love her creative thought. It doesn't matter if she's younger than me. I can learn from her. That's what we got to understand. Women look at younger women get intimidated by older women, or older women get intimidated by younger women. That shit shouldn't even be happening. We are all women trying to change and do something constructive in the world. And a lot of different sources have came to me and Geneva, and they're so impressed with how Geneva has, you know, been on here and keeping it like investigation. To me, Geneva goes past a blogger or a YouTuber. She investigates. She finds the truth. And that's why I stuck with her, because I always watch her videos and she check facts. When your ass don't check facts, then that means you ain't got a correct story. If you tell me something, I find one lie in the case, the whole case a lie. If I see a video, like one video, the dude know who he is. I ain't even gonna call his name because I really didn't care for how he did it, but he said I was Steve's side chick. If you see a video saying I'm this nigga's side chick, that's a bold-faced ass lie. So that one lie was in that dude video. That means the whole video was a lie. Don't try to just get blogs and views and you lying on people. Over here, we ain't trying to get blogs and views. We trying to get the truth out there. She's gonna blog, but Geneva don't blog. Y'all seen her work. She investigates. She's pretty much putting documentaries together right now on the internet. And I say myself that I'm grateful to have her as a PR person, to have her as a manager, to have her as a friend, because if I didn't gain anything else out of this, I gained that. And how do I not know all this was to get me right to where I am right now? And I'm very impressed with her skills, even in meetings that we've been doing right now. She's immaculate. And when you call her, you ask her, and I be calling her, she had that shit done. If I say forward this to a producer, she already got that done. So if you stay faithful and you try to stay the true to who you are, it doesn't matter what your dream is. You know you can be successful. You just got to be loyal and keep shit 100 with yourself. Me and Geneva probably could have already had a show, but I wanted to make sure that my credibility was clear and no one looked at me when they researched my name with Steve Harvey and knew that I was a co-conspirator and extortion because he lied and said that. How do you get a show when people think you're a co-conspirator and extortionist because a powerful man has lied on you? How do you sign deals when you know a dude done lied on you? You see people reading in the paper saying this about you because Steve Harvey said it. I needed to do what I needed to do to gain my credibility back. When I read my name, I didn't want to see AK nothing. I wanted to see who I was, Essie Berry, civil rights activist, a name who I made for myself. And if anybody go back and research me, a reporter said, you know what? I researched you. They said I couldn't find nothing bad on you, and nor the fuck will you, because you know why? I'm not a grimy person. I'm not a two-faced person. I don't take for anybody. I've given more than I can ever do before in my life. So at this point, I just want to let people know anything that you feel like you want to do, you can do it. And especially us as women of color, Black women, whatever you want to consider yourself as. But we need to start allowing our voices to be heard. We need to start standing up in unity, and we need to start listening to what our sisters are saying. Do you know how many women bypassed Mary's story and didn't hear shit she had to say? Do you know how many Black women I read comments saying that I was trying to say Mary was crazy? Do you know how many times I read comments saying where they said I was a co-conspirator and an extortionist, which should have gave me 10 to 20 years in prison because of Steve Harvey lied? That's all I was trying to say. And I'm really not angry at him. I just wish he hadn't lied. You have to do right by people if you want people to do right by you, period.
Somebody wanted to know who Cassie is. This is Cassie. Cassie from the House of Pain. There she go with Steve Harvey. That's probably why she didn't give Mary her money, because she was friends with Steve. To me, she still could have called Mary on the side and said, look, Mary, don't mess up my stuff, girl, because I'm trying to make my money with Tyler and Steve and stuff. But here go your money. Do you need anything? Are you all right? Because I know you had my back. You hired me as your assistant for all of these years. Are you okay, girl? But she didn't do that. But there she go. That's Miss Ella from the House of Pain. And there was something else you had said that I was going to speak on. Oh, yeah. Essie asking me to be her manager and stuff. I was like, what? Now, let me say something about that. Now, I done, I guess I done dibbled and dabbled a little bit in managing. I mean, because I'm really good at researching stuff and finding things and stuff for people, and it's just whatever. This is, I was surprised. I was surprised. Now, PR talking to Essie, be like, Essie, don't say nothing. Don't talk to nobody. Don't go do any interviews. Don't do it. I'll let me monitor who you probably gonna go talk to, because so a lot of people Essie talked to that she did that on her own free will. Just know, if you see Essie talking, she did that on her own free will, because I would have never told her to do those things, because I know at some point it's gonna go south, and I don't want it to go south. So y'all see how I handle things. I don't, I just sit here and I don't say anything. So I just handle my own thing with Geneva's Closet, and when I click that end broadcast button, Geneva's done. I'm back here living my own life after that, making whatever video I'm gonna make, and then I hit the live button, and then I'm on again, or the premiere button, and I'm on again. Very excited about that. Working with Miss Berry here. It has been a lot. Essie would be the one to spill that little tea, because I would not have said anything. So she would be. That's why she needs the PR, okay? She needs it. But yeah, it's totally been a lot of things going on in the background. And yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. Right. You're not going to get it from me. You'll have to wait and see. But there are totally things going on in the background, and it's exciting. It's exciting. It's a lot. I've been feeling very busy lately. That's why that's why the other day on my Facebook page, some of my subscribers, followers, or whatever, because y'all seen the posting where I said it would behoove you at this very moment, if you are an entrepreneur, to advertise your business now in Geneva's Closet with these prices that I have right now, because I have great advertising packages for all your budgeting needs. I do, entrepreneurs, for all of your budgeting needs. But it would behoove you, your business, and your life to advertise your business in Geneva's Closet right now, because in a minute my prices are about to skyrocket. And why? Because the value is just going to go up. The value is about to shoot up. The value is going up. It is. So yeah. And yeah, this is a great, I enjoy coming on here talking to y'all. You said, what about the transgender? The transgender is a lady that Essie is talking about that was found, that another person found her court records and gave it to Essie, and this particular lady had some case or something going on with Steve Harvey. And in there, when it mentions her, because I thought it was a woman. I mean, I really did think it was a woman until Essie pointed out that Geneva, it says transgender right there. And I looked at it, and I'm still looking like, is that a misprint? So wait a minute. So this was a woman that said that something happened with her and Steve Harvey, where she was thrown in jail because of Steve. And this woman goes on and on and on about in these court records about being beat up in jail, or something about with the police or the guards in the jail or something. And she's really a guy, a transgender. So the full story on it, I don't know, because I didn't research it any further than what Essie showed me. So the paper's Essie, and I looked at that and was like, ooh wee. And then, matter of fact, I think me and Essie, we went and did a little bit more research, and we found some more mugshots. So that's probably about as far as my research went into that. So yeah, it's some person, the girls it look like a girl, but it's supposed to be a boy. And the transgender, she said Steve did something to her, and I think her name Lashonda. Is her name Lashonda? Something like that. I don't even know. You have to ask Essie. Let Essie explain that.
Her name is Corlonda Harris. There may be a video that I did kind of explain and put the paperwork up there, but I'll try to put it up there clearer. What happened was I got it from another blogger, and she said it was 2 more people in there. I thought she would expose all the victims that Steve Harvey had violated. What I didn't particularly like about Corlonda Harris' case is there was a particular officer, such as me, had officers that was paid off that I know. This officer, she said Steve paid the officer off to lie. There was over 200 cops on this chick case. Why? That looks like a setup when you got 200 cops testifying against one person. The transgender woman said that she said something to Steve. How did you even get close to Steve? How did he know you? Where was y'all at? Was you in the basement or was you upstairs? I'm just asking. And is that why you turned around and you threw her in jail? She said in the documents that she said something and it bruised Steve Harvey's ego. Next thing she knew, she started being stalked, harassed, threatened, cyberbullied, people sitting outside her house, the exact same things that happened to me. And then it stated in those documents that they had her thrown in jail and 2 deputies beat her up. What the hell is really going on that you can get celebrities to pay judges? And this is the other thing. Corlonda Harris' civil and constitutional rights have been violated. They denied her an attorney. They had not denied her, like when you're supposed to go and get a public defender, they didn't even let her have a public defender. And then they turned around and kept locking her up in jail so she wouldn't tell on Steve Harvey. From 2008 to 2014, this happened. This was a transgender woman that Steve Harvey was affiliated with, had an affair with, dealt with, I don't know. But to know he went to that much of magnitude to shut her up is probably part of what you've been trying to shut Mary up about. And it's probably what we've already know, but we're not here to tell it. So to know that he was even affiliated with a transgender woman and trying to get her, not trying, got her locked up and told the world she was crazy, that is Steve Harvey's MO. So he don't just deal with regular women, he deal with transgender women too. I didn't say it, it's in the damn paperwork. Thank you guys.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you guys. And again, I just want to thank everybody for coming. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for asking questions. Me and Geneva gonna have to come on a little bit more so we can talk to you guys. If y'all got any questions, I've been trying to answer the ones at the bottom of her page some. I am going to go on my page like late on the week and show my face because there's a lot of emails and stuff that have been coming to my email that we've been going about. But me and Geneva had so much stuff going on behind closed doors. It's like it's not enough time in a day. So I want to tell y'all something too. For me and Geneva being on this platform and what we get ready to do out here in the world and how we going to try to make a difference, it's because of you guys too that we're able to do that. Faithful subscribers, women with voices, people standing for me and Geneva, people who are recognizing that we are trying to make a difference and trying to make a change. And that's what this is really all about at the end of the day, us uniting as women with voices. And why I say that, y'all, there are so many Black men standing up for each other right now. Every time you see them, a case is coming out. Where are we at now? I'm doing my thing, but we need more of me to help do our thing. And we need to educate ourselves on knowledge, knowing how to fight. You can always email me at civil rights activist Essie Berry. But you know, I can't take no question now because I got a PR person and a manager. If y'all need something else to ask, y'all can call Geneva. But I'm really excited about the journey that me and Geneva has already been on and where it's going to. And I'm really so grateful that all y'all have joined us, especially the brothers that allowed us to know how they feel and stand for us too, because we want men to come in and feel just as welcome as the sisters too. We don't want to seem like we discriminating. So I really thank you guys. God bless you guys. And we looking forward to doing more of these lives so we can hear what you got to say and get your questions ready. If it's the right question, I'll answer it. But I will never do anything to violate someone's rights unless I make sure that everybody's protected in the circle. I still got to go by the law, whether I like a person or not.
Absolute mundo. Let me answer this question right quick before we get off of here. Someone said that they believe that Lori Harvey is Steve Harvey's son and daughter. And I know that Mary has mentioned that too. And I know that Essie has mentioned that too. So I did some research because y'all know I'm supposed to be doing this Marjorie video, Lord, and I just really want to hurry up and get done with this video and try to put it out real soon before I go on vacation, which I'm supposed to be doing in like 2 weeks. But yeah, I got some evidence on that that's going to show you who child that is. Who child is it? Is it Steve's child or is it Lori Donnell Woods' child? I definitely got some proof that's going to solidify it. We're going to sign, seal, and deliver that. Yeah, there you go. Now we can quit with that. Now we know who child that is. And yeah, again, totally thank you to the fellas for stopping in. What is it? What was it? Big Rush. Totally appreciate you, Big Rush, for coming in, giving your views and opinions. Sometimes, because this is a whole lot of women over here, giving opinions and stuff. So we need a little testosterone in here every now and then. So we totally appreciate you, Big Rush, for coming on in here. Essie Berry got something to say. We're going to let Miss Berry speak. There you go, Miss Berry.
I want to know why they call him Big Rush. Big Rush, why they call you Big Rush? You in a big rush? Where you going? What's happening? Why they call you that? Can we know right quick, Big Rush?
Inquiring minds want to know. Inquiring minds wants to know, Big Rush. We totally appreciate you all. Make sure you like and share this video. Make sure you like and share this video. Make sure you like and share this video. And not only subscribe to Genevas Closet, but you better chug along over there to Miss Essie Berry channel if you ain't been over there right quick, and subscribe to Essie Berry YouTube channel, because if you have not heard, remember that I told you that you're going to get the best Mary when she's doing audio. Well, Essie got all the audios over there. She got a lot of audios that Mary previously did. And I don't know, I think she got some curlings over there too, where Mary is telling you, she letting you know what's going on. Y'all better chug a lug over there to Miss Essie Berry's channel. Like and share over there. Like and share her videos. Like and share, like and share. We totally appreciate you all again. Make sure if you would love to advertise your business in Genevas Closet, I have advertising packages for all your budgeting needs. Make sure you email me at genevascloset22@gmail.com. Go and check out all of these Steve Harvey videos, people. Why? Because it's practically a series. Would you stop playing? Oh, thank you so much, Big Rush. Oh, come on now, don't play with me. Oh, money make me dance. Money makes a sister dance. What a sister do for a little money? We ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that. But my last name is Rushing, and I'm a big guy. That's why I am Big Rush. Come on now. That's all. Look, that's enough information for us. He done signed, sealed, and delivered that. We enjoy y'all. Thank you for everyone who sent in a donation. I totally appreciate it. Again, thank you to all the subscribers, new and old. Yeah, totally. And S, you got anything you about to say? Because we about to jump up off of here, girl. And we'll be on here soon. I got a Marjorie video that I'm about to make. Maybe that'll be done. I don't know. Stay tuned for whatever else me and Essie got going on. Go ahead, girl. Happy Mother's Day, too. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. If we don't get to go back on the site next week, I know I got a lot of questions in my email. And on my site, you guys, it's just some of the stalking stuff, some of the videos Mary left. But it will be questions that you guys ask me too, if I can help you with them. Because I know as far as me, I be on Geneva page, but I love being over here because we like a family over here. But my page is just allow you to know different things that's going on, what you need to know, how you need to know it, who stalked me, why they stalking me, what I'm doing in my everyday life. All that'll be on here. But a lot of times y'all going to get to catch me and Geneva together more so right now. And I'm happy about that. Most love to everybody who's joined us. Thank you guys for all the contributions to Geneva page. Please like, share, and subscribe, because this is a powerful, beautiful sister. And I'm just so overwhelmed with her beauty and how she just do things and how her personality. A lot of people can't deal with me. And that's what I love about Geneva. It don't mess with her. Even if I get a little crappy or whatever, we ain't never fell out. but she knows me. And that makes a big difference, especially when you're working in industry. No matter what it is, you need someone that you can not have to look behind your back, just as Mary. Everyone needs that one person or a couple persons that you can stand for. And on this page, we want to start standing for unity. We want to start standing for women. We want to start hearing your stories as well. You know what I'm saying? So we just going to be a big family over here. Again, happy Mother's Day. Love you, Miss Cheryl, Miss Valerie. I can see a lot of my people, Miss Dorsey. I can't call all your names. Nada one, my people. I love you guys and everybody else. Big Rush, much love to you because you gave us a lot of insight on the brother point of view, and we really need that in this world today because we don't think like men think. I would never write a book saying what a man would think because I can't think like a man. I can only think like myself. So for that, much love, and we really appreciate it. You know what? It's funny. Geneva on there talking and shit. I don't know if she's saying something, but I know she don't know. We can't hear you. But okay. I'm out, you guys. I love you guys. We'll see you soon. And you'll see me on my page next week. Like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys back soon.
Look, you know I'm just over here in the background just talking and dancing and giving out hearts, letting the people know happy Mother's Day. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. My husband done popped in. Love you, Chad Ron. You in the house. I'll see you as soon as I get off of here. Thank you to everybody for the donations. We had fun. We're a bunch of grown people over here. We don't bicker and fight. If we disagree, it's okay to agree to disagree. We all grown over here. I totally 5,000% enjoy talking to y'all. You all have a fabulous evening, morning, whatever time of the day you're watching this. Have a great weekend. Have an even better Mother's Day. And to the ones that's not celebrating Mother's Day, just have a fabulous life. Period. Just period. Anyway, people, we'll talk to you later. Love you. Have a fabulous day. Bye.